are getting locked and loaded to head into game number 1 between AP BREN and Aura Fire. The El Clasico, the Wild Wild West, the final showdown, the last ride, one best of 3 to determine who makes it to top 6.
Okay, here we go. Keep your eye on the XP lane. I really want to know how FlapDZ is going to play, or how Aura Fire is going to deal with FlapDZ during the laning phase. Because when he hits like what, level 3 or level 4 especially, he can start going backline, he can start going into the base, and we have seen that multiple times. He can cut 2 waves at the same time in a certain position, and that allows him to scale even further.
Oh, yeah, Kimura, he might go down to flicker forward and knock him down enough. Kimura! No way, just walks out like that. That's 2 for the start of Aura Fire. I mean, Kimura surviving. Phrase might heal. His passive damage reduction at low health. That is unfortunate for AP BREN.
That was insane from Kimura. Unfortunate for AP BREN, but that was insane for Kimura. Like, he really trusted his teammates to come follow up to him, and he has measured the amount of damage that he can take all at once.
By the way, they blew 2 flickers just to kill him, and they could not. Kautizi in the meantime, level 4, trying to run up the high, does have the ultimate to work with. High to flicker over the wall. Kautizi just could not get the finisher. As Sin shows up, I mean, Aura Fire off to a great start, and this does give a bit of problem to FlapDZ, right? He's 1 level behind. Kimura's gonna have the items to deal with, and now he can really start pushing back on this Uranus.
Okay, so now with Kimura having a bit of an advantage, we can see him using his first blood advantage to push back FlapDZ. Now, FlapDZ is being pushed back. Not only that, Kimura has backed up from Van, who has joined him at the top. So they really want to lock down the Uranus, not letting him play the top lane like his playground.
Yeah, and you can see they're just gonna do it in tandem, right? Both, both Van and Kimura working together. Van's gonna start on the turtle just a little bit. AP BREN will see this happening, but not that easy to get close to BREN, not when Kimura is around. Forcing the flicker for few already, he's gonna go for the recall. Turtle is pretty much gonna be going to Aura Fire, no contest.
Oh yeah, great start here. They not only got the 2 kills with the first blood, they also got the first turtle as well. So far so good. But keep your eye on the top. We see a little bit of a skirmish here as they try to steal away the purple buff. And yes, they did. Van, they didn't want to secure it. Again, another mini win for Aura Fire.
Yeah, and the fact of the matter is, Kautizi is not even there contesting. He was the bottom lane trying to fight for a gold crab. So this purple buff, unfortunately, is just not going to, be in his favor. And Aura Fire actually, having a minor advantage over this game. 1.7k gold lead. It's gonna keep on increasing. 2,000 in just a little bit. Good news is that AP BREN, they're able to stave off the snowball, right? Aura Fire cannot convert the lead so far.
But you know what? The one thing that we learned from AP BREN's first game today is that it doesn't matter how you start. It matters how you end, or matters how you finish. So yes, nice lead here for Aura Fire, but they need to keep out the momentum to the end because anything can happen from what we learned.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We have already witnessed some crazy series today, right? This is probably the best way to end it all. Ogwen, gotta be careful. Van's gonna chase after him and force him out of the jungle. What AP BREN has been playing is that they play towards Super Marco a lot, right? You want to make sure that this Beatrix has a good time. And so far, it hasn't been looking good because you're not supposed to be... Kabuki isn't supposed to have so much freedom. This matchup is Beatrix's favorite, and yet Kabuki is ahead.
Okay. FlapDZ now doing what Uranus does, cutting the back wave. And he's just doing... Okay, now that he has gained like a good amount of levels, probably good amount of items from the cut of the wave. So he's joining on to the team fights now, but they need to regain back their jungle because it's been invaded by Aura Fire from the start.
Looking for the purple buff again, FlapDZ doing his best. Crazy Trap even used by Van. The purple buff actually goes over to Phil, who steals it with the hard wave. Now Van is trying to disengage. Kimura caught out. Flicker to safety. Flicker from Oakwood with a Minoran Raid, and instantly Sin uses the Feather Airstrike onto all 3 of them. AP BREN still finds the kill onto Kimura, and Van is gonna be next. Has no combo points to use, and ultimately he's going to be brought down as well. The Divine Judgment onto Kautizi. Not enough damage to finish him off, and AP BREN walks away with 2 kills. Phil still going. Kabuki shows up with a Blazing Duet, gets knocked up instantly. by Ogwen. There will be 2 for AP BREN.
Oh, the Tara was actually targeting onto Kaltizi, but somehow he managed to get away from that last shot just by the last tick of health. And with that, they managed to even up the numbers. At this moment, AP BREN have a little bit of a leeway in terms of goal against Aura Fire.
And you know, probably the best case scenario, right? You even up the scoreline, you even up the network of both teams, kind of making up for a slightly unlikely early game. And of course, for everyone watching, we do want to get your feedback with us as well.
Oh,
just like how High gonna get the Divine Judgment that is not gonna finish off Super Marco, unfortunately. But yes, do share your feedback with us using the link down below, bit.ly/sbsmlbb-en. Let us know what you like or what we can improve on so that you will continue to enjoy our broadcast for Mobile Legends Bang Bang. We would love to hear your thoughts.
Yeah, enjoy, just like what literally Joy is doing right now. Just being a nuisance towards Van, who invaded their jungle. And now Sin as well as Kimura is here to back him up.
There we go, pick up forward Ogwen with an arc up. Van couldn't get the ultimate off. He's gonna go down to FlapTZ. Kimura with the penalty zone, getting onto 3 of them, locking them into place, but he's the one trapped with them. And once more, Kimura somehow escaped with a sliver of health. The better airfare was used again. High knocked up into the air. KaoTZ running on top of him and electrocutes him to the grave with the help of Field. That's 2 more for AP BREN. Super Marco getting the snipe with Kimura won't get him off. So once more, AP BREN finding 2 kills.
Okay, but they're not done yet though. KaoTZ going all the way to the back. Kimura needs to flicker away to safety, but KaoTZ, he's not done yet though. Okay, Van, it's in between Owen as well as KaoTZ, but they decided to disengage.
This is AP BREN slowly winning these skirmishes and just, I mean, Ogwen is creating so much opportunities for his team just on his Minotaur. Meanwhile, on the other end, Kabuki free farming. You can say the same for Super Marco as well. Both the marksmen finding space for themselves as AP BREN. They're gonna start working on this 3rd turtle, and there's no contest from Aura Fire.
Yeah, so now AP BREN has the lead. This total secured. Let's calculate the numbers. 1,200 ahead of Aura Fire. Just like that. And they're starting to scale right now. And with this scale, well, FlapTZ, they needed 3 onto him. But can they get the kill onto FlapTZ? FlapTZ is still dancing around. And look at his HP. What does it take to take him down?
They need some kill reduction, right? I mean, they just don't have enough damage with the Angela helping him out. Van's gonna unleash the ultimate, but I mean, absolutely shredded by the Nibiru. Super Marco just destroys him.
AP BREN. Okay. Looking over at the items, it does look like, okay. Dom Ice, definitely a must-have, considering they're going up against the Uranus. But they, on the side of AP BREN, they also need a Dom Ice for themselves because there's a Terizla who can be really, really tanky. But they seem to be saving that for later, not to bother about the Terizla just yet.
Oh yeah. Big KaoTZ is having a field day just running to the back line of Aura Fire, who are trying to defend this tier 1 mid as best as they can, and so far they will be able to hold the structure, but at the same time, if you're clumping up S5 so early on, you are essentially giving space up on the rest of the map.
Alright, speaking about space, now FlapTZ moving down to the bottom lane, trying to find space and opening up the map for his teammates, but nobody's gonna have a care for FlapTZ for now. It's just not going to be worth it because they don't have the damage or the type of heroes to be able to take him down.
And you kind of also want High to be kidnapping people with the Divine Judgment, right? So you Cookie on the field, but unfortunately not enough.
Yeah, now that the Lord is up, we can see both teams prepared to take it. Aura going towards the Lord. Van will open up the Lord first. But FlapTZ is there, and there's nothing they can do about FlapTZ now.
Yeah, he's just gonna put his body in front. It's harass Aura Fire as slowly, little by little. And the best part about AP BREN right now is that you can send Field to a side lane, which is where he's at now. So he's gonna push out the side lane, and whenever he needs to join the fight, he's just gonna pop it ultimate and show up, right? Just attach himself to a teammate that needs him the most. So while Aura Fire is jostling for control over the Lord Pit, you are going to have a side wave that's getting slowly shoved out by the Angela. This Lord Dance, quite a while.
See a tangle here between the two, but now the Lord is down to 50% of health. Still a long way to go though, because we don't see the big damage coming out just yet, and everyone is not really committing to the Lord 100% because they know that the snipe will come in.
And there it is, penalty zone. It's going to be concealed as well. High looking for a smash, and they do. They grab Ogwen. Perfectly sprung trap from Aura Fire to find 2 kills for themselves and the Lord. Kimura pushing Flaptizi away as well. Few joining in just a bit too late. And the fact that Super Marco got caught out was what Aura Fire needed.
Yeah, Aura Fire needed that. Aura Fire needed the turtle because they don't want the gap to be too big. But overall, Flaptizi still stands tall. And not only that, he managed to get a couple of kills in the process. So he's not only a big chunk of wall, but he's also able to be a brick that can be thrown onto the opponent and take them down.
Yeah, Aura Fire, they do have a silver lining with just the Lord. So AP BREN will have to defend against that. So oddly, it's definitely a slightly slower game, right? Slightly odd. AP BREN, I do not believe I had seen them run this Angela Joy before. I think they definitely are, learning a little bit from what Bigatron Alpha has brought to the table. But so far, both teams are kind of at a stalemate.
Yeah, playing a very disciplined game. Yes, they do have a Joy that has a lot of mobility, but Joy does not necessarily give you that instant burst damage up front. So it's not like they can go for pickups that easy. And plus, they need to be careful of the Kaja on the other side as well.
Yeah, the bottom tier 2 has already been taken down thanks to the Lord. And now this highest Divine Judgment becomes slightly more deadly. AP BREN will need to show a lot more respect to this Kaja down the road.
Oh, okay. They're just pulling them back right now, okay? Bringing them to somewhere that they can start a fight. Flaptizi now at the front. High will be the first target, but High is not the target that they want.
There's no flicker forward from Oakland, but the airstrike used already. Unfortunately, Flaptizi is still alive. They got the penalty zone. Big knockout from Oakland. Seems to be 1-for-1 trade so far. Super Marco able to take out Kimura, and Sin gets run down by Kaltizi. Van staying alive as much as possible. Big Appraiser's Wrath for a kill. But it's still AP BREN coming out on top. And meanwhile, Kabuki in danger. Kaltizi almost grabs him down. 2-for-3 trade in favor of AP BREN.
That was a close one. Nice sidestep there by Kabuki. But after all that, the first turret is still up, but it will go down really soon. There's nothing that Hai can do about this. Kabuki joins in. Hai cannot catch anyone because he does not have the Divine Judgment to his after, and plus he doesn't have the flicker as well. 95 seconds more to go. It's going to take a while.
Oh, it definitely is. I mean, look at this replay, right? This fight, Flaptizi doing so much nuisance, and Open instantly just engages. All the while, the Aura Fire were not able to get to Super Marco, and he just shreds the health bars of Aura Fire.
Yeah, and look at Van. He's tanking this like a champ. It took Super Marco, the one with the highest damage dealing hero on the side of AP BREN, to take it out finally, but that is after suffering like 3 casualties at least.
Aura Fire once more calling dips on the Lord. That is what has been keeping them in the game. Is being able to get Lord and get the side lane precious, but I do not feel like it will be as easy as the previous one.
This time it's definitely going to be harder now that both teams are starting to stack up in terms of their items and level as well. But BREN, they are playing the disciplined game. They're starting to fight now on the mid lane.
Instantly, Ogwen shows up once more. Big knockup onto Kimura, who cannot move at all. Flaptizi soaking up majority of the damage. What are you going to catch? Lord dropping low already. Van wants to finish off. They are going to blow out Van! And it's perfectly executed by AP BREN. There is nothing that Van could have done in that situation. Aura Fire forced to retreat as AP BREN takes the Lord.
Oh, and look at Flaptizi's position. He's like, yeah, just going in front, opening up the map, just being a nuisance, and there's nothing that you can do about it. He's pushing the rest of Aura Fire back, and with that, they'll be able to take the turret.
And just start to see that massive damage right the top wave. It's going to be dealt with by Kaltizi. Mid inhibitor will be down. Lord coming in bot as well. This is the empowered Lord, so AP BREN, they might be able to crack open a second inhibitor turret.
Yeah, that's very high potential because right now the top lane, RFI is missing.
Aura Fire, how do you defend this? The Lord Charge again, inhibitor down to half health. They might need to use the Feather Airstrike. Ogwen continuously heating up his team. The rest of Aura Fire desperately try to hold on the structure, but it's just not doable. 2 inhibitors down in one fell swoop.
Ooh, like what you mentioned, like what you predicted. Looks like the inhibitor turret is down. Now, the focus for BREN is going to be on top. The minions are there, and they still have FlapDZ at the front.
And Kimura just solo defending by putting his body in front. They will be able to hold his structure. That last inhibitor, keep it alive. But look at AP BREN, almost 7.3k goal advantage, 7.5 now. Next floor in less than 90 seconds.
Yeah, and items-wise, pretty much almost done. We have the immortality onto Ogwen, meaning that he can open up fights as well. But it does not need to expand the immortality. It can be a follow-up, especially if you have a chunky FlapDZ here in your team. But for him to open up fights as well, he needs Aura of Fire to be able to get there. Aura of Fire, they're smart enough to know that the Minoan Fury will be waiting for them if they all gather up for like a party.
And High, he's just gonna get run down. Nothing that he could do in this situation, and now the electrifying beast is going to use Kimura with the penalty zone instantly. The counting engage from Ogwen, big Minoan's rate with the knockout. They all just stand there as Kautizi dances on the dead bodies. Kabuki couldn't do enough, and AP BREN finds 3 kills.
Yeah, again, FlapDZ into the base, just showing himself, and now showing dominance over Aura of Fire. I mean, Aura of Fire, there's nothing they can do about FlapDZ. He will be in the front, okay? No minions, that's fine. He can still tank out, no issue. And now they're trying to counter back.
Kabuki doing his absolute best to keep this intact. High will be back. Does have the Flicker and Divine Judgment. This could probably be the last chance. You can see the Consume play. High instantly goes in, gets the pull, knocked up as well. Can they do enough damage to defend the base? And they can. No kills for Aura Fire, but the base stays intact for now.
Well, that is also because the Lord is already up. So for AP BREN, it's like, yeah, it's okay. You can defend that's fine, but you won't have enough time to come and take the Lord away. You can see the movement here coming in from BREN, but there's not much you can do, especially with FlapDZ at the front being the bodyguard.
Yeah, a very hopeless situation for Aura Fire right now. I mean, how do they come back from this?
Ooh, I guess they need to deal with Super Marco, which is way, way behind. But the problem is, how are they going to get to Super Marco? Okay, who has the mobility to go onto the backline? If you kind of think about it, none of them from Aura Fire. They don't have like a Lancelot or that kind of like assassin who can go in behind. Probably the best bet is for High to be able to catch Super Marco, but even so, the distance will be too far for him.
Yeah, many things. I mean, I guess if they hit to the late game, you have your fair share of damage, right? You have Fasa and Claude, but I honestly do not think that they are going to get to that point at this rate. One last push, the third Lord charging down the middle lane. Aura Fire needs to deal with it as best as they can. You can see Kabuki just churning all of his damage to the objective. AP BREN continues to slowly poke and prod at them. FlapDZ absolutely fearless. The Lord will drop. But Aura Fire, they gotta do something there. They're letting AP BREN run circles around them.
Yeah, and they gotta be careful about gathering up as well because the Minoan Fury is active. Well, they can somewhat counter with a penalty zone, but that is also with the condition that Kimura is not caught in the fight.
Oban sustaining massive damage again. Ogwen fading back. Kabuki once more forcing AP BREN to retreat. I guess we're going to be waiting for the 4th Lord to possibly end this. Lord spawns, they will have some sort of presence, but they just still know what to do with FlapDZ, right? The best candidate is going to be Kabuki. After he hits that late game, he's starting to do massive damage, but even then, getting to AP BREN is a tough task on its own.
Yeah, getting to the back line. Super Marco, how are they going to reach him? At this point, 513 KDA. FlapDZ will be the front line together with Ogwen. They got 2 front liners if you think about it. Of course, FlapDZ will be the main one, follow up at Ogwen because he can still follow up in team fights with the Minoan Fury. And but if you look at AP BREN, they can deal with the backline. They have Kartizi, they have the George who can just run onto the backline. So they have that versatility, that option to deal with Aura of Fire in the fight.
Oh yeah. Fourth Lord spawn already. Van does see this happening. But he needs his team with him, right? Kabuki will have to be the difference maker. Kabuki and Sin. Somehow get to the backline. If they can catch Super Marco, it's gonna be not a win, but they will save the game and put it back where it belongs, neutral state.
Oh man. Okay, Van just poking. I hope he's not doing favors for BREN. Just winding out the life of the Lord, and then BREN just finishes it off. It will be heartbreaking because he's doing a lot of work now. FlapDZ still at the mid, just taking care of Kimura, but that will be the main target. At some point, once they see that the Lord is low enough, they will go in onto Van.
Kabuki's gonna be in the brush as well. Trying to chunk it down a bit more. FlapDZ taking massive damage. There it is, a concealed play into Divine Judgment. Not enough to catch Kautizi. He has the hard guard on top of him. Kautizi now gonna jump back in. Candy secure the lock for Aura Fire. He needs it, but no! Kautizi! Oh, the hero for AP BREN steals everything from Aura Fire. Now Aura Fire gonna win this. Kabuki needs to go massive on this plot. Lady to West still in hand. Kabuki, can you save the game for your team? FlapDZ taking massive damage, losing in terms of health. AP BREN, they already lost Ogwen, but Aura Fire decides that this is not the fight that they want to commit to.
Well, they lost Ogwen, they lost the tank, that's fine. They still have FlapDZ as the main tank, so it's not going to be an issue for them. Unfortunately, the purple buff will not be secured by Van. And now, for AP BREN, they can march in together with the Lord.
Could be the final push. Kimura needs another 20 seconds to be back on the Terizla. All three lanes are getting shoved in. The Lord down mid. They will have to deal with that first. Kabuki doing as much damage as possible, but he's going to be pushed back by Kautizi with Angela on top, and they're just going to try and run it down. AP BREN trying to force the end. Kabuki is going to be there. The Lord dropping low, blazing to wet unleash as well. Crystal still fairly healthy. The Lord has dropped, but it's going to be mega Q3 for Kautizi as he runs out Kabuki. The Angela keeping him alive for so long. Kabuki is still alive. Aura Fire is still alive in this game.
Somehow Aura Fire managed to defend this, and now they need to clear out the minions. But that was a great move by Kautizi going on to the back line to catch High, because High was slow. He was about to go back, and now Kabuki, look at the amount of damage taken as well as dished out by Kabuki.
And the Feather Airstrike just to keep AP BREN back, only temporarily. Kabuki has no Blazing Duet right now, so if there's no Blazing Duet, then it's harder to clear the wave. That thing just came back off cooldown. Aura Fire, they have potential opportunity. Kautizi concealed up. Watch out for Sin. Awkward straight in with the knockup. Instantly taken out by Sin, but they're gonna try and run circles around Aura Fire. Sin back in the fountain. Dies in this fountain of all places. Kabuki pushing Kautizi back. As the rest of Aura Fire trying to keep the base alive. Kimura barely surviving. Van and Stilwell fell. Kabuki going huge. Field down low. Kabuki still firing away. And Aura Fire again keeping AP BREN away from their base.
Oh, Kabuki cannot continue on firing because he needs to defend his base. Oh man, this is hard for Kabuki. He wants to get the kills, but he can't because the base isn't being invaded by the minions. And now again, another reset time for AP BREN. But let's watch this replay for the previous fight.
I mean, look at Sin, right? This guy just dies in front of his fountain thanks to the love waves from Few. So unfortunate. That he probably could have went for more chase if this Farsa was still in the game, but she will respawn just in time for the Lord to respawn as well. The 5th Lord of this game. Surely if AP BREN gets it, there's no way Aura Fire will be able to defend against it.
Oh, they have to make a choice now. If they want to go in for the Lord, they need to be careful of the wave. So this is where it's a very difficult choice for Aura Fire. What are they going to do now? But they cannot lose the Lord. If not, they risk losing the game as well. But Kimura now is in trouble. Suppresses himself. Kabuki from the side lane, but now Kabuki will be chased away.
Yeah, not enough. Even with the Trunken, they get the drag onto Awkward, but Kabuki needs to go massive. The Blazing Duet not doing enough. And Kautizi just finds the opening and electrocutes him. Super Marco with the flicker, just the 3rd, and this game has finally concluded. There's nothing left in the tank for Aura Fire. Sin wasn't even in the fight because the base was under danger. And High, what can you do against the full force of AP BREN? They're gonna let the minion wave push in. Everyone is dead for almost a minute. One last artillery strike from Sin. Nothing can be achieved. And AP BREN looking to close this out. Sin dies to Super Marco. And game 1 in the hands of AP BREN.
Oh, the defense from Aura of Fire. Really buying a lot of time towards the end, but to no avail. They cannot even